Good morning, Namaste, Haribol. I've got some candles going, and I'll quote one of my favorite verses. I'm not. Some of my God brothers and sisters, they know the whole scriptures by heart, and actually in Arabic and in Islamic world, a hafiz is a memorizer, someone who's memorized the entire Quran. But much more important than memorizing things is to embody their teachings and to live them. We can be like parrots. We can repeat endless amounts of knowledge. But like Maya Angelou said, if I don't know that you care, I don't care what you know. I think sometimes we put the cart before the horse, or we lose the forest for the trees, and that all the specificities of practice, of sadhana, of our spiritual practices, of our religion, it's so easy to become prey to the means or the end justifying the means, or the means justifying the end. So what is the end goal? It's Yeshua ben Yusuf, Emmanuel, the Mashiach, Christ Mashiach, those are titles. So Yusuf ben Yusuf, the son of Joseph, Yeshua, he who saves, Emmanuel, God is with us, of Bethlehem. He was born in Bethlehem. There's no real historical city of Nazareth. He was referring to him being a Nazarene or an Essene, as his brother James was. So much to learn. I'm actually often absolutely appalled and amazed that most people don't study the scriptures that they espouse or that they follow. And so they're easily led astray, and that's such a shame. So this morning, let us pray. Oh Lord. O energy of the Lord, O Lord, please engage me in loving service to you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You see, this mantra puts us into that slipstream. And there's no tinge within the Maha Mantra of this, self desires for material gain, for followers, for fame, for fortune. Even the desire for salvation is still in the material sphere. There's still a tinge of selfishness there. So the two commandments upon which all others hinge that Ishwa gave us was that to love Abba, love the Supreme Being with all our hearts, minds, our souls, our very being. And the second is like unto it. It's not the first, so you can't put it before the first. You have to actually do the first in order to get to the second. The second is a corollary. It's an outcome and an effect of the first. And this is how it's a really, really easy way to hold yourself up and take a good look at where you're at, where each of us are at. It's an individual practice. It's not a team sport. We don't all get to go, as we sow, so must we reap. So must I reap. You sow and you reap, I sow and I reap. This is the law of karma, the law of action and subsequent reaction. When we get the fruit, the phala of the karma, according to what we sow, what seeds we sow. But the second commandment is like unto it, to love others. Now, it's so important too to see that wherever there's life, wherever there's a living entity there, a child of God, a person behind that. Doesn't matter what body they have on. This is avidya, ignorance, if we just see the body. And especially, it's rife out there amongst so many different streams attempting to come to know the absolute truth. As they fall so woefully short in addressing and acknowledging the preciousness of life. That in our scriptures, and it says that you shouldn't even harm a blade of grass. There's no reason to. We can pray this morning, let my feet be gentle upon this beautiful earth, my mother. I'm going to put my feet on you, dear mother. I love you. You care for me. I ignore you. I jump all over you. I drive around and do all kinds of things that aren't necessary. I live a lifestyle that's really beyond my means. I probably use way too much water and air. I could live a much more humble, simple life. So please forgive me and help me be forgiving of others. We notice now in the modern social media, just this constant criticism. It's so addictive. We fall into it. I fall into it. We all do. Not everyone. I shouldn't speak for everyone. There are many people out there that I've met that are beautiful and saintly in character, and that's the key. One of the keys. There's many, but they don't criticize. Now it's okay to have a theological debate based on philosophy and rhetoric and logic, as well as experience and referencing scriptures, in an attempt to advance a higher, more robust version of the absolute truth. I've studied every scripture there is in the world that I know of, from African scriptures to Zendavesta, the Yazidis, the Druze, the Hebrews, the Jews, the Muslims, the Christians, the Farzis, the Zoroastrians, Shinto, Bonpo, Vajrayana Buddhism, Hinayana, Theravada, Mahayana, on and on it goes. Zen, Qigong, Tai Chi, Taoism, many beautiful indigenous ways of living, from Native American to Aboriginal Australian to the rainforests of Ecuador. And there's threads of knowledge, truth, wisdom throughout all of these lifestyles, practices, and they all actually have an original source. That's what the Veda means: love for God and understanding. How do we love Him, and how do we love Him, her, the divine? Radha Krishna is such a beautiful, perfect name for this divine couple. There's one supreme being, and yet there's different aspects to that being. And the more information we have about who that is, the easier it becomes the path forward to how do we apply commandment 1? How do I love the supreme being, Abba, with all my heart, mind, and soul? And because people don't have information, they just end up going to number 2. Then they get super attached to their husband, their wife, their spouse, their kids, their friends. And of course, we're always coming and going from this world. It's good to spend time at a hospice or at a hospital, or call up the people that are sick, and don't avoid them. Go bring them a nice bowl of lentil soup and spoon feed them. Notice how frail and how quickly the body falls apart, and we have to leave. And if we've put commandment number 2 first, there will be great suffering. This is a great source of suffering. It's very, very difficult, and we need to love. We're hardwired to love. We're a person, and we're hardwired to love a person. And we need to find, everyone's looking for nectar, and everyone's looking for happiness. And that happiness is actually perfected when it's directed at the Supreme Person, who is perfect. And actually, we're perfect as well in small ways. We don't act. We're currently covered. The more the covering, the worse, the more perverted the activities, the thoughts, the words, the deeds. And so back to the forest for the trees is that simple kindness, humor. When I see grace under pressure, it blows my mind and heart that it's available, that there are people out there that are so graceful, even under great duress. And if you can study such persons, it's really wonderful that people take on, actually, penances, austerities, hardships, not as a form of competition, but really generally they go and do austerities, like visiting the sick and the hungry, the lost. So today, pick up the phone, call someone who you haven't spoken to in a while, and of course engage in their morning practice or evening practice. Hopefully we can do let's do a little Gauranga. I'm just like you. I need this every day. It's like we shower every day, or we clean our bodies every day. We make our beds every day, even though we're going to get in there later and mess it up again. Even though our body's going to go out into the world and get dirty. We use a cleansing agent. We shower. We use soap. God, what an amazing invention, soap. I love soap. Yeah, just imagine how stinky it was in the Middle Ages, where they thought bathing actually made people sick. I love bathing cultures, like the Japanese. They have a great bathing culture. They knew they kept their bodies clean. Oh, man, must have been stinky back then. But anyway, thank God for soap and water. And the mantra, that which gives transcendence to the material, the mantra is the cleansing agent. We just have to, for instance, I need generally a small amount of faith for the shower to work, and the soap that I get in there, because I have faith that it's going to work. But I know it's going to work, so I don't have to have a great deal of faith in the soap and the water. And the more I practice, and the more that you will practice, is good for this. Happens to everybody throughout history and time. Is that if we practice with focus and consistency, then we don't have to have so much faith in the soap and water. The mantra, it cleanses the heart, it calms the mind, it relaxes the body, or sometimes it gives great vigor to the body, because we need both, right? We need to go out, and the sun's coming up, it's time to get going. The mode of passion is kicking in, it's time to get going. It's why it's good to get up an hour and a half before the sunrise, and around that time, and that's more of a mode of goodness. It's quieter. You'll notice the house is quiet. You can come shuffle downstairs in your slippers, do a little Gauranga breathing. It doesn't have to be super loud. It won't hurt, or it'll certainly help everyone in the vicinity, but it won't wake anyone up, if people are sleeping. It's soothing. It's beautiful. I keep a CD playing of Gauranga 24/7. It's so nice in the background, quiet. I want all life to be purified and to get the benefit of these beautiful mantras. And I hope that you're enjoying this. I hope this helps you in some way. I want to thank all the people for their interactions and their comments and their likes and their, it's not the motivating factor for me, but it's really nice. I really appreciate it. It is motivating to some degree to see that I'm helping. Even if I help just one person, then I feel my time here has been worthwhile. But one of my teachers said, you can just chant to the wall. Krishna hears you. God hears us. And there's life everywhere. There's a spider up there. It's just my lack of awareness. We're not alone. We're so surrounded by family. Wherever there's life, there's a person. And that person comes from the same supreme being that we all do. Every person in the universe, we're all family. We're all related. And if your practices have led you to feel that somehow you're separate or chosen and others are not, then this is ignorance. This is not going to help you or others. This is not true. It's not even true. So today, I hope, may we act as one family, may we act as a caring for all life. And may you be blessed today. May this video find you in good health, and if not, then I hope that the suffering that you're in helps you dig deeper, pray harder, be more sincere, and seek. And once you find that life can really get going, then there's the practice. I was a seeker for decades, and I'm so glad at some point that I finally found the highest, the most sublime, and now it's just about practicing forever. Never ends. We can reach perfection, and then perfection just keeps getting more perfect. That's a metaphysical mind blower. That we can reach perfection, and yet it's always getting more perfect. So peace be with you and upon you. Have a glorious day today. And may that glory be tinged with humility and grace and wisdom and patience. And I wish you a great day. Thanks for tuning in. It's a bit longer today, but I'm Madhumangala Dasa, and it's the daily prayers of Madhumangala Dasa. Thanks for praying with me. Hari Bol. Namaste.